Alright, so one of my viewers summoned for C2 Citlali and is allowing me to use their account. Let's go ahead and just see the utter brokenness of C2 Citlali. And of course, because it's a level 1. Alright, I mean, it's still got the same amount of effectiveness, but level 1 is crazy. Yeah, R5, 48% attack, Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers, obviously. They are using Skyward Blade. I'll have to check that out and see if they have an Aquila. We're not gonna be using no bummy, Skyward Blade for Bennett. Alright, guys, this is just not happening. They do have C2 Citlali too, so, and a C6 Bennett. Alright, this number is probably going to look pretty good, and their build is very similar to mine. I have 50 extra Elemental Mastery on mine, and I honestly would not be able to tell you what the attack on mine is. We might try out Arlecchino if they have him on their account. I honestly don't know. Alright, there we go. 40,000 we're already seeing from Mavuika, although that literally has nothing to do with what we're going to see here. 2.8. And then 800,000. Yeah, that's really good. That is, alright, if you don't know, that is literally 1,000,000 damage more than my Mavuika is doing. Now, couple things that my Mavuika doesn't do. She doesn't run Archaic Petra Shieldon, she runs Cinder City Shieldon with a Instructor Citlali, and Bennett, Noblesse, but he's not C6. I should realistically C6 my Bennett. It would be a nice upgrade. Man, this is good. Now, one thing I'm going to check out. Alright, we're going to see what the attack percent Sans looks like here. I am very interested because I really feel like we are missing a lot of EM now. We do, because this attack percent Sans has no EM on it. So I'm going to explain how Resistance Shred works a little bit here. So basically, let's say the enemy has 36% resistance, basically flat. No character, no enemy actually has that, but we're going to hypothetically say that. So Citlali knocks that off. Right? So that's pretty good. But then Citlali comes in and it's like, oh, well, obviously you're going to get an extra 40%. No, because once you go below 0%, for some reason, the resistance shred goes in half. So actually, Citlali's 40% only accounts for 20%. But that's still insane because this is only 10% more than what she was already giving, which is just really insane. And we're seeing 240,000 damage numbers. Now, all right, so here we are grabbing Citlali. She's got the Petra thing. Oh, I guess I didn't check if I got Petra. Little interesting. Boom, 2.8, 247. We'll try the attack percent one again, just because I guess I didn't see it, or I guess I didn't collect a Petra shard. We'll try the attack percent Sans again. I am very intrigued. But again, 240,000 damage. That is nowhere near what my Mavuika does normally when I don't have melts going on. I think my Mavuika normally hits like 180. I think that's kind of where she hits at. So that's very interesting that she's just outright doing that. Like, if I'm being entirely honest, it does make me look at, C2 Citlali and be like, I kind of want that. But the thing is, if I'm being entirely honest, I'm very pessimistic that Mavuika is going to be, like, the top 3 DPS still. She has a huge gap on the game right now, but I am very concerned that Nodkarai is just going to get that out of here. So I think we got it this time. We should be able to do this and this. So yeah, still less, but not by much. So it's not by much, and then you still gain like 30,000 damage on any non-melt hit. Interesting. But yeah, C2 Citlali, obviously for Mavuika, is broken. Let's go ahead and let's grab it for Arlecchino. Hopefully he has an Arlecchino team ready. Yeah, he does. So he has Arlecchino's weapon and is C2. All right, bro is just copying me apparently. All right, I don't know. So going ahead and we're going to look at this team overall here. This should work pretty well. I mean, I just am going to collect the Bond of Life first before we do anything. Although, getting a melt off on the Bond of Life hit here, interesting. Let's do it. Let's do this, and then we'll go ahead and set up entirely. And boom, boom, and grab that. Boom, 800. Only? 640, bro. 640? Alright, for reference, mine does about, well, oh, I wonder if I collected the shard with her, with Citlali. 800 seemed very low, but 640 seemed very good. I do around like 700 sometimes with my C2, so it's an interesting thing here. So we're going to test this out again. I'm going to make sure to collect the shard with Citlali. Let me check your... Oh, you're running an EM Sands. No, you're not. You just had... What? You just... 200 elemental mastery on Arlecchino. Oh, well, is it because... Wait, hold on. How long does... Okay, there we go. All right. As you saw. I mean, this is going to be very strong for this Arlecchino. I think I just put an accent on that. For this Arlecchino specifically... you know, this will be very strong because Citlali is giving her basically all of her elemental mastery. So let's go ahead. Let's do a charge attack here. I want to see, make sure that we collect that. Yes, thank you. And let's see. Boom, 890. There we go. All right, and then 640 as you see here. And yeah, very good. Honestly, very like, dude. Yeah. This is, it's not insanely, but I mean, we went up by 200, you know, honestly, very weird for Arlecchino. I mean, you know, it's not on whimsy, right? Not whimsy. I feel like there is a level of like this Arlecchino probably, you know, let me look at my Arlecchino real quick. So my Arlecchino is sitting at 121 elemental mastery base, and I think that is really what's bringing up my numbers compared to his, because he's basically has no EM, right? And EM is going to be huge for like the C2 to melt, right? So if we were to give my Arlecchino a C2 Citlali, if I'm being entirely honest, I'm expecting her to probably hit over 1 million on her C2. I am. Man, that really sucks. Like, if I'm being entirely honest, that really sucks, because I really do wish that I had a you know, C2 Citlali, but man, C2 Citlali, she will be getting the special title. She will be. For, you know, I wasn't able to give the title to Anefa because I don't think Anefa is that good. Or at least right now, she could be that good in a, like an update. But right now, I don't even think she's going to be that good in an update, but she could be. But truly, I think Citlali is a very, very strong character when it comes to this. So, yeah, you know, be my video for C2 Citlali. She is absolutely insane. I do wish I had her. I guess, yeah, we do have to understand it is also her C1, right? Her C1 is also in effect here. I wasn't really looking at that, but I mean, this does give you some level of stuff. She has only 600 elemental mastery. I mean, I'm assuming, yeah, elemental mastery. Yeah, everything's leveled up. It's just energy recharge here is what brings her down. Yeah. Interesting. So yeah, Citlali, absolutely insane. I mean, we saw the difference between Mavuika. It literally gave her 1 million damage on her burst, right? I am astonished by that, right? I would definitely say that this is a very, very good Constellation character, but is it worth it at this point when she could be power crept within a couple updates? And by power crept, I mean her DPSs that she's supporting is being power crept. That's the issue. Now, I could have also gone ahead and try to use C2 Citlali with, you know, Nevi, right? I don't know. Let me go ahead. We'll see maybe a little bit there. Yeah, I could have used her with Hydro characters, but I really don't like, even at a C2 level, she's good at C2 level, but there are other C2 characters that you'd rather have on like a Nevi team, right? You'd rather have a C2 Miss Coffee if you're going to be doing a full Hydro and Cryo character, right? It's just going to end up being better. Let me make sure that's actually true. I don't exactly remember her constellations. Oh, C2 Citlali, or C2 whatever. Okay, maybe not a C2 Citlali, or maybe not a C2 Miss Coffee. Yeah, maybe like C2 Fiorina, right? Be better, because you have the extra damage here. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.